Hey guys, it's Joey. Had a few people asking about the price and markups and the sticker and options and things like that on my Raptor. So I thought I'd do a quick video. Well, it may not be quick, but a video on a few of those details. We're going to try and go over the window sticker as far as what options are on it and things like that. That we're also going to go over a few things about financing with one of these trucks, and also we're going to talk about dealer markup and how to spot it from a sale ad. And I've also got a couple of resources I'll give you guys on links for determining if a truck's got a dealer markup on it, because it's not necessarily obvious from the sale ad. So, but we'll go ahead and get started on that. We'll go ahead and jump into the window sticker, and we'll work our way through this. So, thanks for watching.
Okay, guys, we're back, and we're going to look at the window sticker for my 2018 Raptor that I bought. I've had a few people ask about it, so I figured I'd just show you what was on the sticker and what I actually purchased, and what it cost. And we'll use this as a reference for some things going forward in regards to dealer markups and actually purchasing these vehicles. So as you can see, 2018 Super Crew, that's the four-door. Exterior color is Leadfoot gray and the interior is black. The Leadfoot gray was a 2018 color that was added along with race red. It replaced the Avalanche gray color, which was on the 17s, which you can still find those. If you go to cars.com, there's about 1,800 new Raptors, 17s and 18s, listed for sale. So you can search them there, and you can probably still find an Avalanche gray one if you really want. So anyway, these are just the standard equipment. This is just what's included normally. You can pull that up on the Ford website on the build site and see what all the standard things are, and the warranties, obviously. But we'll go down here to the equipment group, which was 802A, which is the highest equipment group available for the truck. $9,770, which is up $100 or $200 from last year, I think. And it shows just what it's got with it, which is like the LED box lighting, which is in the tail. The bed of the truck's got lights. The mirrors have lights underneath them. The backup trailer assist, remote start, and the Bang& Olufsen. Bang & Olufsen replaced the Sony system as the default from last year. It's a marginal sound difference. It's just nothing to write home about. And even if you went and got a 17 and got stuck with the Sony system, I don't think you're going to lose any sleep, or your friends aren't going to make fun of you or anything like that. So then we've got the actual optional equipment that I had, which was the twin panel moonroof, which I added just because partially for resale value on the truck, and I don't intend on taking it off road, so I'm not worried about it being damaged. And I'll probably use it once or twice. The carbon fiber package I really liked. Um, it's only got about 6 or 7 pieces of carbon fiber throughout the truck, so it's not a lot. The tailgate step is definitely awesome, which is the tailgate step assist, which has a handle and a step that comes out, so you can get in the back. The wheels, I got the beadlock wheels that are black and gray. I just like the way they look versus the stock wheels. The tailgate applique for this year was an actual default option over 2017. The 2017 was something you had to add. So this year, if you don't like the tailgate applique, you have to delete it, and it saves you probably 300 or 400 bucks. And then there's the Raptor technology package, which I have a video on explaining the options and if they're worth it. Um, Most of that has to do with lane departure and lane assist systems, things like that. And then, of course, the spray and bed liner. Had them do that as well. So base price on the vehicle, 52,770, about $16,000 in options. Um, once you get done. So total vehicle price, 68,815 plus the awesome destination to delivery option for 1,300 bucks. Takes us to $70,110. That's what I paid for the truck. No dealer markup. My dealership that I bought it from did move to a markup system shortly after my order was placed. So a lot of dealerships do that, but it is possible to find them without. Fuel economy, that's about right. I got about 15 or 16 on the highway, doing about 80. So I'm sure if I slowed it down a little bit, I'd get closer to 18. It's not bad. I get close to 500 miles per tank running regular right now. I haven't run a tank of premium yet, but I will do that at some point. So that's the sticker in a nutshell. Also notice the Ford Performance vehicles all have red window stickers versus the standard forward window sticker, which will be blue. Just a kind of a neat detail. Um, but we'll go on to just a couple of things and we'll talk about financing. With financing, this is actually exactly what mine came out to be. So it's 70,110, 72-month term, which is 6 years, 2.8% interest, which I think it rounded that up. I have a $30,000 trading value on the Jeep, and then I had about 24,000 notes. So I ended up with about $6,000 in positive equity on my Jeep, which turned into I used as my down payment. That ate up mostly taxes and then a little bit on the actual price of the car. I think I ended up financing about 67, 68. And that's something to consider when you are buying one of these cars is the trade-in. Um, your trade-in, you're only going to pay tax on the difference in your trade-in value and the vehicle's cost. So instead of paying tax on 70,000, I pay tax on the difference of 70 and 30, which is 40. So it'll save you a few $1,000s. So if you're planning on selling your car yourself, keep that in mind, because you will have to make that money up somehow. You're either going to pay it, or you sell your car for a little bit more and try to offset it, But selling your own car versus trading one in, you have to deal with the logistics of, you know, is my truck going to be ready before I sell my car? Am I going to have to go without a car for a little while? Things like that. So keep that in mind when you do it. Just to give you an idea of what the difference in payment can be with money down, 5,000. So at 968 with no money down, other than my trade-in, well, the same exact math with a $5,000 down payment gives you an $891 a month car payment, which is about, I think I said that was about $70 a month difference, something like that. It's about $15 per $1,000 off your payment for every $1,000 you put down. So, I mean, it just my thought with that was I was originally going to put money down on top of it, but then I thought some more about it, and my logic was, well, I plan on buying, something like this bumper front and back set for close to $4,000 at least, So if I do this and put $5,000 down, well, now I'm $5,000 out of pocket. Plus, I'm going to be another $4,000 or $5,000 out of pocket for my bumpers. So now I'm $10,000 out of pocket on this truck, and they're holding their value right now, but eventually that honeymoon's going to come to an end, and the value on these is going to start to drop, and that 10 or 15 grand that you've thrown at this thing is going to stop losing its value to. I'd rather have 10 or $15,000 in the bank, than put $10,000 on this and save myself, 60 or $100 a month. Because honestly, at this point, if you're buying $70,000 vehicles, I would hope you're not that concerned with 60 or $100 a month. It's not a humble brag or anything. It's to me, it's just kind of a common sense thing. If you're spending this much money on a car, I really hope you're in a position where, a few $100s, it doesn't make or break you financially. If it does, I don't know that you need to be necessarily looking at cars this expensive. It's not. I'm not making fun of anyone or anything like that. I'm just being completely honest. If I was worried about $100 or $200 a month on a car payment, I would not be looking at a car this expensive. It's just common sense, and it's just smart money, you know, behavior. Don't screw yourself over to have a cool car, because if you can't pay for it, they're going to come get it, and you're going to lose it anyway. So just something to think about. Don't put yourself in a bad spot buying one of these vehicles just because it's cool. You know, they're not going away. They're going to make them probably forever. So just play it smart, and don't screw yourself up just for the sake of having something cool. You know, there's no rush. So, and also, you don't necessarily have to get an 18. You can still get 17s, and you're probably going to find 17s without a markup a little bit more easily than 18s, because people still have inventory from last year. So, like I said, just don't screw yourself over on one of these cars. It's not worth it. It's just a car at the end of the day. But that's just some of the basics as far as the finances is concerned. Um, I I only there was a few options I didn't get on the vehicle that I'll mention real quick, and that was I didn't get a bed cover. I also did not get any of the bed accessories, like I think there's like a separator. Yeah, there it is, the bed divider. I didn't get any of that stuff. And I didn't get the interior accent package, which is this, which puts orange piping on all the seats and gives it a different kind of a bronzy thing where the carbon fiber would be. And I didn't do the second row heated seats because I don't have a lot of passengers. So The last thing I wanted to go over with this truck, as far as buying these, is you'll notice a lot of vehicles have dealer markups, and on the West Coast, you guys are taking it really hard because yours is, anywhere upwards of 25 and $30,000 sometimes. Absolute highway robbery. I hate it for you guys, and I think it's BS. So one thing I wanted to make sure you were aware of is how to spot a dealer markup. Like we said with my truck, short of a couple of $1,000s in options, these trucks max out at about $74,000 for the most part. So what we've got here is we've got a 2018 Ford F-150, $74,000, and you're like, okay, cool. Well, then maybe it's an 802A and it's got, all these options and everything like that. Well, usually they'll have it somewhere here that says, hey, it's an 802A, and that'll give you an idea what you're looking at. But this one doesn't. Notice right here it says price includes market adjustment. That is a surefire sign that this truck has a markup. So, but what we can do to verify that, to find out if it's got a markup, is you go to the website where the car is for sale, which on this case it's cars.com. You grab the VIN number, copy and paste it. And we go over here to this website, which is, I'll put a link in the description here, but it's researchmaniacs.com, and it's got a window sticker generator for Ford that'll actually pull the window sticker. So what we're going to do is we're going to paste the VIN in. It's going to crank and churn for a little bit, and then it's going to show us, hey, here's the window sticker for that truck. So we're going to zoom in, and we're going to go down here and look. Look at that. The total MSRP on this truck is $66,795. Well, that's interesting because they want $73,795 for it. So I'm no math wizard, but 73,795 minus 66,795. Hey, look, they've got a $7,000 markup on their trucks. There you go. Now you can just completely dodge that guy altogether because they want 7 grand extra for their vehicle. Now we'll go to one that looks more like makes more sense. So here you've got 2018, $70,800. I've already got it pulled up in a tab, but there's the VIN, $70,800. Hey, that matches perfectly. They don't mention anything weird about it. MSRP 7,800. That's great. Looks perfect. There's no funny business going on here. So this dealership isn't trying to mark up on their vehicles, so they would be worth getting in touch with. Another thing to consider, if you've already reserved yourself to, I'm okay with paying 5,000 extra dollars. Shop around. Honestly, you would save yourself money more than likely shipping your trade-in across the country and flying somewhere and picking up a vehicle versus paying $5,000 in, just extra free money to this dealership. They only get a certain number of allotments for these trucks per year, so they're just trying to make some quick extra money on them. Especially you guys out on the West Coast, really do your homework. Don't be afraid to travel, especially if you're stuck paying 10, 20, 30 grand. You really should consider going around the country because one, you'll either find somebody selling it for a 5K markup, or two, you'll find somebody that's not selling it for a 5K markup at all. Don't be afraid to travel a little bit to go get one of these. I've heard of people flying all over the country to pick these up without a markup on them. So it's just a thought. I hope this helps anybody. I'll post a link to this VIN search. And if you need help finding a dealership that doesn't have a markup, I can try and point you to some resources. I don't know how up to date they are, but call around, ask people, you know, don't be afraid to tell somebody, okay, well, no, thank you then, and, hang up. Don't pay a markup on these trucks if you can help it. It's just not worth it, and it's a scam that I really wish Ford, had an opinion on and said would, just curb it, because that money's just going to the dealership. I don't think Ford itself actually gets any of that money. So the dealership's already getting hold back on the vehicle and to the tune of about $2,500 per unit, and then they're going to stick you for 5 to 30 grand. And Ford's not seeing any of that, I don't think. So I don't know. I don't know. I think it's just a raw deal, especially you kids on the West Coast. You guys are just getting bent over, and it's awful. I hate it. So anyway, if you need any help, you got any questions, you got any comments, if you've got a story about buying one of these or a dealership, leave me a comment. I'd love to read it. If you have questions, leave a question. I'll get back to you with as good of information as I possibly can. Um, and if I can help you in any way with your decision and what you're looking at, just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to. And as always, if you go to PetSmart or Petco, maybe give a couple of bucks to the homeless, sad animals out there because you're already looking at buying a $70,000 truck. I think you can. I think you can let go of a couple of bucks here and there. You know, maybe help a sad cat or puppy or ferret. Or maybe some lizards. I don't know. I don't know where all that money goes, but I just like to think, everybody gets a little. So anyway, it's middle of the week. I've been in corporate brainwashing training all week, so I'm going to try and edit this video together, and then I'm going to play some video games and kill some nerds on the internet. So you guys have a great week. We'll try and get some forescan information up later this weekend. And thanks for watching.